Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Om Ajnanatymirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandegam Sri Guru Sri Uttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Pancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Chapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Isvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraham Anadi Radhir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Hare Krishna. By Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 8 slokas in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So in this chapter we are understanding that Krishna is everything. Up to 6 chapters we have understood about ourselves, about Atma. Krishna gave us all the knowledge about ourselves. So now Krishna is giving the knowledge about himself. And we know that from Bhagavad Gita that Krishna is the Purushottama. He is the Uttama Purusha, Purushottama. So Purushottama means he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And also from in Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma he glorifies Krishna as Adi Purusha. Adi Purusha means the primeval Lord, the original Supreme Lord, Adi Purusha. So that way we understand from Bhagavad Gita that Krishna is claiming that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and he's there everywhere. The main important point what we are understanding from Bhagavad Gita is that God has the consciousness of the entire universe. Like we have the consciousness of our own self, our own body. That means we know in our body, we will be able to feel with our senses, we will be able to feel what's happening to our body. If something hurts or something pains or anything, we will be able to feel in our entire body because the soul is there inside this entire body. So, Sarvagatam Saukshma Takasam Nopalipyade Sarvatra Avastita Dege. So the soul is situated in the entire body. So that's why in another sloka Krishna also says that Dehi Nityam Avadyoyam Dege Sarvasya Bharata. So Dege Sarvasya Bharata Dehi Nityam Avadyoyam. This Dehi is the one who has got this soul. That is the soul, the one who has got this Deha. That's what is called Dehi. Dehi means Dehi has got the Deha. Dehi means the soul and Deha is the body. So Dehi Nityam. Dehi is eternal. Nitya means it's always there. So the soul is always there. Dehi Nityam Avadyoyam. Avadyoyam means it cannot be destroyed. So the soul can never be destroyed. So Dehi Nityam Avadyoyam. Dehe Sarvasya Bharata. So in this entire Deha, in this entire body, so it is there. This Dehi is there. This soul is there. Dehi Nityam Avadyoyam Dehe Sarvasya Bharata. So Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani Natvam Sochita Margasi. So here we need to understand that we are that soul and we have the consciousness of this body. We know about our body. So if somewhere if it pains, we know that what is happening in our body. Somebody touches, then we have touch receptors in our skin, so we will be able to feel it. We will be able to understand. There are sensors. So like sensors are there everywhere. Like these days in modern science, we use sensors everywhere, correct? Remote sensing, all kinds of sensors we use it. Even in the car also, when you are driving also, there is a lot of sensors are there. So many like instrument. Basically, it's instruments, correct? The instruments, they receive the signals and they process the signals and they transmit the signals, and then you process it and then you react it accordingly. So like that, our body has got various sense receptors are there in the skin for touch sense, and in the tongue for the taste receptors. So like that, everywhere in our body, even for the ears and the eyes, everywhere we are getting the light, we are getting the signal, and we are processing. So like that, this soul has got the consciousness of this body. So we know what is happening in our body. So similarly, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has the complete consciousness of this entire universe, everything. So that's why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. So this entire universe is pervaded by me in my unmanifested form. So Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. Mastani sarva bhutani nachakam tesu avasthita. So all bhutani, everything rests upon me and I am not in them. So nachakam tesu avasthita, everything is on Krishna. So like that, only in the 7th chapter we studied in the sloka, in the 7th sloka, Krishna told that Mayi proktam idam sarvam sutre manikanaiva. So Krishna is saying that Mattaga Parattaram na anyati kinchit asti Dhananjaya Mayi sarvam idam proktam sutre mani ganaiva. So there is no truth superior to me. So everything rests upon me, just like the pearls are strung upon a thread. So that way, Krishna is there everywhere, and Krishna has got the complete consciousness of this entire universe. So that way, Krishna is there in our body. So as Paramatma. So Krishna is saying that there is one more Purusha, Purushottama. So Paramatme iti Udakrataka. So that's what Krishna is saying. That there are two kinds of beings in this Purusha Loke. That is fallible and infallible, Kshara and Akshara. Then Krishna says that Uttamaga Purushastu Anyaga Paramatme iti Udakritaka. So there is another supreme person, Uttama Purushan. So he is known as Paramatma. Paramatme iti Udakritaka. So like that, Krishna is there everywhere, and we are able to feel Krishna. We should. So the main important point here is that we should be able to feel Krishna. We should be able to feel Krishna means we should be able to feel the presence of Krishna everywhere. That's where we are making mistakes in this material world, because of the lack of knowledge, because of ignorance, we don't understand that God is in control, and we forget to recognize the existence of the Supreme Personality of God, and that way we are struggling and suffering in this material world. So if you are able to feel that, if you are able to sense that, so then if you are able to actually do each and every activities in that relationship, that is the main thing. Once we understand, once we realize that we are not the body, we are the soul, and Krishna is the super soul, and then we need to do everything in that relationship. That is the main thing, so that we can please Krishna. So that is the main thing. So whatever we do, we should consider whether it's okay with Krishna or not. That is the main thing. So when we want to please someone, we will do something which the person likes. So here Krishna actually, he wants us to act in certain way. So we need to act in that way so that we will be able to please him. That is the main thing. So that way in Bhagavad Gita, when we study and understand Bhagavad Gita, we realize this very important fact that in this world we are not alone, and we are this soul, and we are not this body, and the super soul, and Krishna is there everywhere, and he is watching us all the time. So Krishna is there everywhere. Upadrishta, Anumanta, Bharta, Bhokta, Maheshwaraga, Paramatme iti chayuktaga, Degesmin Purusharshava. So he is there. He is the overseer, permitter, and maintainer, and enjoyer, and he is the supreme controller. So Paramatma, so Maheshwaraga. So that is the main point we need to understand, that when that is the fact, when it is like that, and if we just ignore the Supreme God, so then that's where we are making a big mistake. We are committing a great mistake. Big mistake that we are just, because it's due to our negligence and ignorance, we are struggling, we are suffering in this material world. So suffering is the only end result. The end result is that we are stuck inside this material body and struggling and suffering. So we need to end this misery. That's what is very important. That's why this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita itself is very, very important for us. So once we study and understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, then we will be able to use this knowledge. we'll be able to use this knowledge in our life. We'll be able to connect ourselves with God, connect ourselves with Krishna. Like for example, in this world right now, we are so much dependent on internet connections. So sometimes if we don't have internet connections, we really don't know what to do. We are so that much extent we depend so much on the internet connection. So like that, we should be connected all the time with Krishna. If we are disconnected from Krishna, then we are done. Then we will suffer. We will struggle in this material world. We should be connected all the time with Krishna. That's what is very, very important. So for that, this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is very, very important. Once we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will be able to connect ourselves with Krishna. So because Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita how to do yukta. Yukta means connection. Yukta means regulation. So regulating, connecting, everything. So yoga. Yoga means linking. Linking with God. Linking with Krishna. That's what is called yoga. So when we can achieve that equanimous status of equanimity, when we link ourselves with God, when we connect ourselves with God. So at that time, at that point of time, we will not be bothered. We will not be disturbed by anything happening in this material world. Because once we are completely connected with Krishna, once we are completely merged in Krishna consciousness, so then all these things happening in this material world, they don't bother us, they don't affect us at all. So that's what will happen when we get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that doesn't mean that we will just neglect all our day-to-day activities and we will just renounce everything. So it doesn't mean like that. Because in fact, the devotee of Krishna will do much, much better than anyone else can do. That is the point. So we can do whatever we do, whatever job we are doing at work or at home or at school or at wherever, whatever we are doing, we will be doing really to our level best because we are motivated, we are very much inspired and motivated to please Krishna. So we do that work only to please Krishna. That is the main thing. So in order to please Krishna, we will do that job. So there is the thing. So not to please anyone else. In this material world, always this pleasing game is going on. So everywhere, everyone is trying to please others so that they can live happily. But unfortunately, here nobody can be satisfied because the problem is that people cannot be satisfied all the time because they themselves are attached to too many things and everyone is under the control of Maya and everyone is, they will be dissatisfied. At the end result, finally the end result is that nobody will be happy. We cannot make everyone happy all the time. It is not possible. That is the main thing we need to understand. But if we make Krishna very happy, that means if Krishna is happy with us, of course Krishna is not disturbed, not bothered by anything. Krishna is above the modes of material nature and he is not attached to anything. He is the source of everything. So there is no reason for him to hanker after anything. Or lament about anything. So Krishna is everything. He himself is everything. So, but that Krishna will be very happy with us if we do what he wants us to do. If we meet his expectations. If we exceed his expectations. So then Krishna will be very happy. That's what we are supposed to do in our life. So that's why this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is very much needed for us. All the time we should know this Bhagavad Gita and act accordingly. So then our life will be very, very nice. Then Krishna's mercy, we will lead a very, very happy and blissful life. So in this Bhagavad Gita, in the 7th chapter, we studied about 8 slokas. In the 8th sloka, what we studied yesterday, Krishna said that, Rasogam apsu kaunteya, prabhasmi sasi suryayo, pranavaga sarva vedesu, sabdaga ke paurusham risu. So Krishna says that I am the taste of water, Rasogam apsu kaunteya. And I am the light of the sun and moon. Prabhasmi Sasi Suryayo. Sasi is the moon and Surya is the sun. So, Prabhasmi Sasi Suryayo. Pranavaga Sarva Vedesu. Sabdaga Ke Paurusam Risu. So, I am the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras and Paurusam Sabdaga Ke. And I am the sound in the space, in the ether. So, Sabdaga Ke Paurusam Risu. I am the ability in men. So, Krishna is everything. So, one thing we need to understand again and again, I am repeating the same thing. That Krishna is everything. That is the main. Krishna is everything and everything comes from Krishna. Krishna is the source of everything and everything emanates from Krishna. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaga sarvam pravartate. So when that is the fact, if we simply ignore him, if we simply say that, oh, I don't believe in God, then we are the loser. God is not the loser. we will lose everything in this material world. So that's what we need to understand. There's so many people in the past who lived like that without even believing in God. And where are they? And definitely, at least we hear in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying very, very clearly that my devotee will never perish. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhaktaga pranashyati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee will never perish. So that's why this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is very, very important for us, extremely important for us. So when we study, when we get this knowledge, then we will understand that how Krishna is the Supreme. So now in the next sloka, in the sloka number 9, Krishna is continuing it. Punyo gandaga prithvivyam cha tejaschasmi vibhavasau jivanam sarvabhutesu tapaschasmi tapasvisu. That's what Krishna is saying there. Punyo gandaga. So Krishna is continuing that how Krishna is everything. We need to understand. Even Krishna is saying that I am the fragrance of the earth. So in the earth, when it rains, when it drizzles, and we will be able to get the smell of the earth also, that it's so nice, it's fragrance. So Krishna is saying that I am the fragrance of the earth. So Punyo Gandaga Prithvivyamcha. Prithvi means this earth. So I am the fragrance of this earth. Punyo Gandaga Prithvivyamcha. Prithvivyamcha. Tejas Chasmi Vibhavasau. Tejas means it's light and heat also. So Vibhav means fire. So Krishna is saying that I am the fire, I am the heat, I am the heat in the fire. So that's what Tejas Chasmi Vibhavasam. So Tejas Chasmi Vibhavasam. So then Krishna is saying that Jivanam Sarva Bhutesu. I am the life of all living entities. Jivanam. Jivanam Sarva. Krishna is the life. So Krishna should be our life. So Jivanam Sarva Bhutesu. So we are living here. Our body is working. The organs in our body, they are doing their job. And we are able to live. We are able to move around. We are having consciousness. Everything. So the life is there. So for us, we have the life. It is because Krishna has given this. Krishna is everything. That's what we need to understand it. But one thing is that everything in this material world is temporary. So nothing is permanent. Everything is changing, all the time changing. But the soul never changes. So na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataka. In just 2 lines, Krishna said it very clearly about the difference between the spiritual and material things. Between the spirit and matter. Between the body and soul, just in 2 lines of one sloka. There is nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataka. So one which is not real, so one which is not permanent, is always changing. So that's what nasate vidyate bhavo. So which is temporary. Which is temporary is always changing. So that is the body. So that is vidyate nasato, asattaga vidyate na bhavo. Na bhava means there is no endurance. So it's not going to be permanent. So there is asattaga, which is not real. The one which is not real has no permanent existence. That is the body. So the body is not going to stay here forever. It keeps on changing. It keeps on changing. Every day it is changing. We are not the same body. We don't have the same body, the one which we had several years ago. And even in the future also, our body will be completely changed. But we are the same person who is inside this body. So that's why Krishna is saying that nasato vidyate bhavo, na abhavo vidyate sataka. So the one which is permanent, that is the soul, which is not changing at all. Na abhavo, which is not at all changing. So that's what Krishna is saying. So nasate vidyate bhavo, na abhavo vidyate sataka. So here in this sloka, in the 9th sloka, what we are studying, Krishna is saying that punyo gandaga prithvivyam cha tejas chasmi vibhavasam jivanam sarva bhutesu tapas chasmi tapasvisu. So tapas chasmi tapasvisu. So Krishna is also saying that I am the penance. So I am the penances of all ascetics. So tapas. So everything is Krishna. That is the main thing. Krishna is everything. If that point we are very clear, then our life is very smooth. If we understand it, without Krishna we are nothing. With Krishna we are also everything. So if we realize this fact, if we connect ourselves with Krishna, then our life will be very, very peaceful, blissful, meaningful. We will be able to lead a very purposeful life. So that's what is very important. So we are very fortunate we are getting this knowledge and we are continuing every day. If we study this over a period of time, we will get the complete knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita. Then our life will be very nice. Then we will not be bothered. We will not be disturbed by anything in our life. then we will be very highly motivated and very much inspired, and we will be able to do a lot of things very nicely, very efficiently, and very effectively. We will be able to achieve a lot of things, even materially speaking also. So by Krishna's mercy, today we have successfully finished the sloka number 9 in the 7th chapter. Hare Krishna. I'll stop and we'll discuss.